Recording. Outside 47 Marginal Road, 11:14 in the morning. I slept for 2 hours on the crossing and woke up with the key in my hand. I don't remember taking it out of my pocket. It was in my fist when Hannah called me up to the deck as we came into the harbor. I'm recording that as a behavioral detail because the investigation has taught me to record behavioral details even when I don't have a framework for them. The objective is to determine whether the padlock on the exterior has changed and what condition the building is in. We're standing on the pavement outside the building, and I want to describe what's in front of us before I say anything about what it means. The municipal placard is still mounted beside the entrance. White plastic, black text. Building closed, restricted access. The same placard that was here when I last visited. No new signage. No additional notices. The bracket holding the placard has some surface rust that wasn't present before, which suggests time has passed and no one has maintained it. That's consistent with a building that was sealed and left. The door is the same door. Heavy timber iron fittings, the frame with the crescent mark cut into the stone above the lintel. The crescent is still there. I checked it immediately. The cut is unchanged. The padlock. There is a padlock on the door, a steel shackle lock threaded through the original iron door fitting, the same fitting the key labeled 47 has always operated. The padlock is not the original lock. The original lock was a lever mechanism, brass, old, integrated into the door furniture. This padlock is a steel security lock, modern, the kind used to seal buildings under municipal orders. A different lock entirely. I told Hannah. She looked at it and said, "Try the key." I said, "It's not the same lock. The key won't fit a steel shackle." She said, "Try the key." I put the key in my hand and I looked at the padlock. The keyway on a steel shackle lock is a small oval aperture in the base of the lock body. The key labeled 47 is a lever key. The profile is wrong for a shackle mechanism. I know this. I've looked at this key for 2 years. I put the key against the shackle lock anyway. The key entered the lock. I want to be precise about what happened because the mechanism matters. The keyway on the padlock accepted the key. I didn't force it. The key entered smoothly, the full depth of the blade, and seated. I felt the same resistance I felt the first time I used this key on the door marked 47, a slight rotational resistance followed by a clean release. I turned the key. The shackle released. The lock is not the same lock I can see on the exterior. Whatever the lock is internally, whatever the archive did to the mechanism or replaced in the mechanism, the key labeled 47 opens it. Hannah picked the open padlock off the door fitting and held it. She turned it over and looked at the keyway. She said, "The keyway is the right profile from the outside. Someone cut a new keyway to accept this key." I said, "Or the key made a keyway to fit this lock." She looked at me. She didn't dismiss it. I put the padlock in my jacket pocket. Evidence. Then I put my hand on the door. The door opened inward, the same direction it always has, the same slight resistance in the lower hinge. The smell of the interior is the same, stone, paper, cold air that has been in an enclosed space for a long time. No mold, no damp. Whatever the building's internal condition is, it hasn't degraded in my absence. The records room is on the right as you enter. I turned to look at it immediately. The shelves are different. Not rearranged, different. When I last stood in this room, the shelves held box files, catalog drawers, ledger books, the accumulated material of an active node working through its first stage. The shelves are still there. The material is gone. The shelves are empty except for one item on the middle shelf, centered, placed deliberately. A catalog card, face up, alone on an empty shelf. Hannah saw it at the same time I did. We crossed the room together and I picked it up. Subject, 47 Marginal Road. Stage 2, status pending. Dates, present. Condition, investigators required. Registration, confirms Stage 2 access. Below condition, a fifth field I haven't seen on any card before. Instruction, proceed to step 3. Step 3 is the second floor, the registration floor, where the investigator cards are. I read the card aloud to confirm Hannah had heard all of it. She was already looking at the staircase. She said, "The node cleared the records room. The first stage material is gone. The room is reset." I said, "Reset for stage 2. She said, "The instruction goes straight to step 3. No step 1 sequence, no step 2. The node is skipping the approach protocol. It already knows we're registered." I thought about that. The 4-step sequence at 47 Marginal Road, records room, stairwell, second floor southern node, was the stage 1 registration protocol. If the node already holds our investigator cards from stage 1, it doesn't need us to re-register from the beginning. It knows who we are. Stage 2 starts at step 3, because step 3 is where the node tracks investigators and we're already in the system. The building knows we're here. Hannah said, "We should note the time before we go up." 11:22, I'm noting it. She said one more thing before we move to the stairs. She said it quietly, and I'm going to record it exactly. She said, "The last time I was in a building that had staged past convergence, the second stage didn't have a protocol document. There was nothing to read beforehand. You arrived, and the building told you what it needed." I said, "You've been in a post-convergence node before." She said, "Once. It was a long time ago." She started up the stairs before I could ask anything else. I followed her. The staircase is the same, the crescent mark at the landing, the number 2 cut below it. The stone is cold under my hand on the wall. The second floor. The investigator doors are still here, the same row of unmarked doors with brass catalog slots. I found my door on the first visit by following the device. I don't have the device reacting now. It's in my jacket, baseline pulse, no acceleration. I walked the row anyway. My door, the brass slot. I pulled the card. Subject narrator. Status active, dates node 47, Marginal Road, stage 2. Access. Confirmed Hannah found her door 3 slots down. She pulled her card and read it and held it so I could see. Same format, same status active. Same stage 2 node designation. We are registered for stage 2. The node confirmed it by updating our cards. At the end of the corridor, past the last investigator door, there is a door that was not here before. Not a new door. I mean a door that I did not see on any previous visit to this floor. A door in the end wall, no number, no fitting, no handle, just a door set into the stone. And cut into the stone above the frame, a crescent mark with a number below it. The number is 5. There was no step 5 in the stage 1 protocol. The sequence ended at 4. Hannah is standing in front of it. Her hand is flat against the wood, and she is completely still, and I cannot read her expression from here, and I am walking toward her, and the door is already moving.